Welcome all to today's session. Like tenses, we are going to deal with something important in the process of language learning today, which is called prepositions. This is ultimately important when you're having actual conversations, let that be in the workplace or otherwise. So let's dive in.
So, what exactly are prepositions? Let me ask you one question. If I tell you a sentence called "the book is the table," what does that indicate? That book is technically the table, right? So, the book is on the table indicates that the book has got a position, and we are able to locate that position by or through this word, simply speaking, through this word called on. So, on, in, at, by, of, all these words are called preposition because it shows the relationship between these two. As a part of sentence, it shows relationship between, say, a noun or a pronoun or any other part of the sentence. Okay, so just keep one thing in mind. In simple terms, we can say that they tell us where or say when or how something happens. Okay. So, for example, the keys are in my bag. Okay. Where exactly is my key? It is in my bag. Okay. The meeting is at 10 a.m. When exactly is the meeting? It is at 10 a.m. Rekha came by bus. What does that indicate? Like, how did Rekha come? She came through bus, right? She came by. So, by is the most appropriate usage there. Correct. Now let's walk through one of the most common prepositions that we used, which often get confused and have got different meanings, which are in, on, at, by, for, of, from, and to, and the list goes on. But these are the commonly used prepositions, and we'll have a quick run through of how to frame sentences and what exactly are the meanings and different versions of the same. Let's look at what we just called as positions. So we'll be looking at in, on, and at in the beginning. Okay. So peripherally speaking, the most common meaning of in and on is or she or the fish is in the bowl, indicating that it is inside the bowl, right? And the book is on the table. The book is on the table. Now, for an easier understanding, for you to get an easier understanding of what in, on, and at are, let's classify the meaning into two broader categories, which is place and time. Okay, so the meaning of in, on, and at slightly varies across these two broader areas. Okay, let's look at place and time separately. Okay, now when it comes to place, if I say art is used to indicate something very specific, okay? A specific particular location. For example, I am at my house, indicating the exact location where I am, right? Or say, we are at Cokonet Academy, like in the same thing. It indicates the exact location of where you are. That is where at comes into play. Now, let's look at preposition on. If I have to talk about anything related to road, lane, or street, I can use on. For example, my friend is waiting on the on MG Road, indicating it's a road. Right? So, say it's a lane or a street, anything it may be, you could use on. For exact specific location, you use at. For example, I am at my house, or we are at Coconut Academy. I am at my grandmother's house, or say I am at TC for bar, whatever. So the exact location can only be stated through this particular preposition, which is at. And if you have to talk about anything related to road, lane, or street, you can use on. Okay, now when it comes to in with relation to place as a preposition, it is used to indicate a general or say a vague location. General or vague location. Okay, and reminding you again, so we are looking at two different scenarios where at, on, and in comes into play. One is place and time. To got place and time, and here we are looking at place specifically. So at, on, and now in. Okay. Um, Say I live in Trivandrum, indicating I could be living anywhere in Trivandrum. It's not any specific location. It could be anywhere. It could be in Pastam, in some other lane or road, whatever it is. But here, it's a general vague location we are talking about. Say we live in India, right? Again, a specific vague location. Or any other place. Say Radha lives in hotel. Again, not a specific location, but a general location. So this is what um, this is how in, on, and that place can be placed with respect to the place. Now it's time. Okay. Again, at can be used to indicate a specific. Here it is time. Okay. So for example, the class starts at 10 a.m., indicating very specifically what time the class starts. Okay, so at with respect to time can be indicated or is indicated to mention about a very specific time. Now, moving ahead to on, if you want to talk about a day or a date, you use on. My birthday is on 31st October. So it's a date here, right? Um, my mom will visit grandparents on Monday. So Monday she's going to visit. So again, it's a day. So we are using on. And it's not in, it's on when you have to use day, or if you have to mention a date, this on. So at for a specific time, for day or date, it's on. And now last one in is used to mention about, to talk about week, month, or year. Okay. So let's go through some examples. The party is scheduled in the upcoming week, okay, which is about the week in the upcoming week. And then Diwali is in the month of, or say, is in September, or whichever month it is, September. Mm, Now for year, India got independence in 1947. So here you can see for week, month, and year you use in, and for day and date it's on, and for time, a very specific time, yeah, you have to be you have to consider that if it's a particular time, it's at. Okay, so I hope that part of preposition where you have to use in, on, and at is clear. I'm going through it for quickly, briefly for 1 minute. So the fish is in the bowl, indicating in the larger meaning that it is inside the bowl. The book is on the table, indicating it's on top of it, right? And now, when it comes to it on and at, we can broadly divide the scenarios into place and time. So for at, we, with respect to place, at is used to indicate a specific location. For on, it's a road, lane, and street. And for in, if you're not sure about the location, if it's vague or general, we can use in. Now, moving ahead with time, for very specific time, you can use at, and for day or date, you can use on, and for week, month, or year, you can use in. So I encourage everybody to go through this and make or write few sentences or examples which you will be using in your daily life. So that would make you understand the concept better, grasp it very well. Fine. Now, let's move ahead with something as interesting as this is, which is the preposition by. Okay, the preposition by. So the by has got different meanings. Um, Let me start with this first. So for art, we or let me say, if I have to say the class starts at 9 a.m. So what does this indicate? Like we discussed before, it indicates a very particular sharp time when the class starts, right? Now, so when you're talking with your friends and you often say that, okay, please do come by this particular time, right? You can come see me in and around a particular time. You can meet. So for that, you may not use the preposition at. For rather, you could use let's meet by 10 a.m. What does how is this different from the sentence that we have written above? So the sentence that is written above, which is the class starts at 9 a.m., indicates the very sharp timing. We have to be present at a particular time. Rather, when it is by, it indicates an approximate time. So when you're not sure about the time, it's okay to be like little late or a little early. You can use by. So let's meet by 10 a.m., indicating that it's an appropriate, approximate time. Okay, fine. Moving ahead, by. Let me ask you what is the meaning of this sentence? Um, Rahul parked the car by the tree. Rahul parked the car by the tree. What does that mean? It means that he has parked his car near the tree. So by can have a meaning of near or next to. Okay. So near or next to can be indicated or can be explained through this simple preposition by. So one first meaning, yes, we saw it is approximate time or to say not something very fixed. And now it's near or next to. Hmm? Okay. Now, if I have to say the project was completed by our team. So here, by is used to in passive voice. And one more thing, it is indicating who did the action, right? Who did something? Who did this? Who did something? Or the agent or doer of something. Who did that? Okay, agent or doer. Who did the act? Right? Okay. So by approximate time, uh, then near or next to, and then, for example, yeah, she traveled by car. Here, how what exactly is the meaning of by, or what is by serving? Purpose of purpose of how something is done, right? How something is done through mode of transportation, or you could say broadly, if you want to talk about a mode of transportation through which you came, you can use by. So she traveled by car. Through which mode of transportation? By car. Again. So the list is kind of 6 to 7, I would say. Now, if I have to say, the price of petrol or gold, what it is, price of petrol increased by 10%, which is surely likely to happen. So price of petrol increased by 10%. Or say the price of gold, how much is it getting decreased? By a huge percentage, right? So price of gold decreased by say 30%. So here what is happening? It is the by is used to indicate again the amount or difference of something. Hmm? Difference of something. Correct? Yes. Maybe when you miss the train, you can say, my friend missed train by 2 minutes. So had she been there within the 2 minutes, she would not have missed the train. So yeah, my friend missed train by 2 minutes. Again, difference or amount. Okay. So by, you can use it for indicating in proximate time, or to say something which is near or next to, or say who did that agent or doer, and mode of transportation heavily, yes, and amount or difference. Again, you have got some more then. Uh, for example, for measurement and multiplication, yes, that's another common use. For measurement or multiplication, very common. For example, think about an example. Uh, Very simple, right? 5 multiplied by 3 is what? 15. Yes. So the room is 10 times bigger than mine. The room is 10 times bigger than my friends. So likewise, so to measure or to multiply something, you can simply say use by. By. Okay. Or say the room. Something on this line. Yes. Okay. Now, why again do we have any other meaning of by? Yes. Give it a thought. Yes, we have what? So to indicate something happened during a time, or say at a certain time. Hmm? So when are you planning to graduate? So I will graduate by a particular year. I think again an approximation, meaning a result before time. So I will graduate by next year. Okay. So these are the major uses of by, or by can be used in these occasions largely. Any other meaning of by, you can just have a look at and write more sentences, write more examples with that. But please make sure that at least these meanings which are commonly used should be thorough, and write examples for each. So I'm encouraging everybody to write examples, and you'll have an assignment post this, which you have to do, which will be covering all these aspects. So let's continue with the next preposition, which is very commonly used, like by, in, on, that, which is off. So if I say, mm, Radha's pen, this indicates that the pen belongs to Radha, right? So the pen of Radha. Similarly, boy's hat, indicating that a particular hat belongs to boy, that boy. So the hat of boy, which is one boy. So what if I have to say a particular hat belongs to boys? How do I say that? So hat of boys, if we have to use the preposition of, it's hat of boys. But if we have to use the apostrophe, it would be this boy's hat. Or say the most mistaken usage is girls hostel. Girls hostel. This actually means it's a hostel of one girl and not a lot of girls. So it's hostel of girl if it is this, and if you have to write hostel of girls, then you have to use the apostrophe in this way. Girls hostel. This is the right usage. And now again, another common one, from and to, very simple. When you have to state something for the start and end, or beginning and end. Meera travels from Trivandrum, okay, to Kochi. Fine. So here this indicates a start and end. Also, they came to the party. Here also it's a location, it's an end location. They came to the party. Came to party. So from and to, or the class starts from 9 a.m. and it stretches till a particular time. So it says to indicate the start of something. You can also say from. The class starts from 9 a.m. Okay. Yeah. So these are the common prepositions he use, especially in workplace and common daily life scenarios. There are multiple more. You could go through a few and have an understanding for yourself. So that's all for today's session. I'll be attaching few assignments and also a few interesting videos for you to look through, mainly listening audios, which will cement the understanding of prepositions.
Now that you have learned the basics of prepositions, go ahead and complete the exercises given in the LMS. See you in the next session. Bye bye.